I think people from other countries expect social centres because they have them in most countries. Like, you know, we don't have any here except for this place, you know.
We just thought it would be great to have something where people could volunteer to get something together and that anybody could use for whatever reason they wanted.
It's great as a spot for where, you know, groups that want to activate on an issue can go and do their thing there.
Not money oriented, not profit oriented. I mean, it's a godsend.
We knew there was a cafe on the Sunday, so we came along to get some of the food and see what it was all about.
If you have a space, a lot of new things can build out of just having that space.
Seomra Spraoi has been located in its current building just off Capel Street in Dublin for a little under a year. It moved here from its old location on the Quays and has been in existence in one form or another for the last few years. We spoke to Fergal, a member of the collective, and he filled us in on the background of Ireland's only autonomous social centre.
The reason why it started off was because lots of people were kind of fed up, you know, having to hire out function rooms in pubs if they wanted to have a meeting. Say for, you know, some kind of political campaign or whatever, if they wanted to have a meeting, they usually had to hire out a function room in a pub, and it just didn't feel right, you know, to be, you know, just giving money to pubs just so as you can have a meeting and things like that. And also lots of people, like, we're looking at kind of countries across Europe, and lots of cities in Europe have social centres that are just run by ordinary people and they're for a non-profit. So we thought, like, it'd be great to have something like that in Dublin, because, you know, people are just fed up that everywhere you want to hang out in Dublin, or, you know, sit down just to chill out with your friends or whatever, you have to pay money to somebody that's, you know, basically profiting from it. Like,
considering the space welcomes a variety of groups to get involved in the running of it, Marianne talks about applying the centre's ethos on a day-to-day basis.
Like, everyone has to kind of be considerate of everyone else as regards, like, if there's something really loud happening downstairs when there was meant to be something quiet happening upstairs, like, everybody needs to cooperate with each other. And then, yeah, with the different groups that are meeting here, we try to, like, find out a bit about them, and if they kind of fit in with the ideology of Seomra Spraoi. And it's good to have, like, a variety of groups as well, different stuff going on, like artist stuff and yeah, the cafe and all the different groups that meet here and stuff.
We asked Fergal about the practicalities of setting up this kind of centre and the effort needed from each volunteer to maintain it.
there is a lot of work, especially like when you move into a place first and it has to be cleaned up and all, and, you know, the work on that basis is ongoing, like, just still building the kitchen and we're still painting, and I think that'll never finish. People will always be wanting to do things like that, but at the same time, people can do as little or as much as they want, and there's an awful lot of people that do much more work than I do, and there's an awful lot of people that do much less work, and it's not seen as a good thing to be doing loads of work or a bad thing to do a little amount of work. People are happy to accept what you can give.
One of the benefits of Seomra Spraoi's current space is a well-equipped kitchen. Every Sunday, the Seomra runs a cafe that caters specifically for vegans and is open to all. 2 or 3 volunteers prepare nutritious food, which is served to a sizable crowd. There is no charge for the meals, but donations are welcome to cover the costs. The Seomra's Bad Books Library has been set up for a few years and stocks hundreds of books, from Chomsky to Orwell. The library's contents are catalogued online and cover a range of political and sociological topics, as well as novels and articles. The artistic side of the Seomra is an integral aspect and is well encouraged, with space always available for working on various creative projects. Artists often meet up to help each other out and can be found working away quietly upstairs. Workshops are held each week in the main room, ranging from mural painting to model making, with donations of supplies never short. You'll find many finished pieces on display around the Seomra. In keeping with the Seomra's ideology and ethics, bicycles are the preferred mode of transport. People are encouraged to recycle and swap parts of bikes and to fix them up in the workshop. Helping hands are usually available if someone runs into trouble, repairing a puncture or replacing a pedal. In keeping with the sense of community the Seomra embodies, mums and dads are encouraged to bring their children along every week for parenting groups and a little bit of fun.
There's a lot of people who are involved with the Seomra that have kids, and they like to, to come along here and to have a group of kids. I think they're called the Anti-Authoritarian Parents and Children's Group. As far as I know, they basically just want to do something different rather than, sending their kids to play schools or wherever they have to pay or whatever. They want to just have some kind of a community thing where their kids can get to know each other and they get to know each other, all the parents get to know each other, they can help each other out on different things and talk about the problems of parenting and, how to raise a child in a certain kind of a way that they don't feel is like dominating their child or something like that,
Like most places in Dublin, rent is an issue for Seomra Spraoi, but it hasn't been a problem up to this point. Money is raised through various methods, from personal donations to advertise events which appeal to a wider demographic.
Last night was sort of a fundraiser for them to pay their rent because, that's the way they have to go about it. So I think it's great that, it makes sense, it's more sociable as well, sort of helping them out, and then they get to have a good time and they're bringing people together. It's much nicer than Spirit down the road there. It's very impersonal, I'd say, with the 3 massive floors, and it's industrial,
Most of the places you'd want to go if you're in town, if it's cold and you want to sit inside because you're waiting for someone, generally, you're going to have to buy something to be able to sit somewhere. So it's always about spending money, really. And then generally most of the good spots in town are taken by pubs. So if you just want a cup of coffee, you can't go to a nice place because there you'd have to buy alcohol, and that's kind of frustrating.
Dublin, like most cosmopolitan cities, is heavily profit-driven, and this is especially reflected in the high cost of socialising. Something as simple as getting together for a coffee or a bite to eat can end up costing a small fortune. Seomra Spraoi offers a space that can be used for any number of activities and provides an alternative for Dubliners who don't want to buy into the capitalist nature of the city. Those involved in the centre believe firmly in the conviction that not everything has to come at a price, and hope it will be a catalyst for change in an increasingly consumer-driven Ireland.
Just something that's not run for profit. Just the ideology behind such a thing. Why would anybody be doing anything if not for profit in this world today? And these people are doing it for not, or I'm doing this for non-profit. I don't know. I just like the notion of it.
The more people that help out, the better it's going to be. Because the more, it becomes more varied and diverse in who can use it, and, the kind of people that we'd attract then as well.